The episode opens on a chaotic morning in a small Texas apartment. Sunlight peeks through cheap blinds as the sound of a crying baby fills the room. Mandy is pacing back and forth, trying to soothe little Cece, who refuses to calm down. Georgie stumbles out of the bedroom, half awake, his hair messy, wearing an oversized shirt. "Is it morning already?" he groans. Mandy shoots him a tired look. "You think? I've been up for 3 hours." Georgie scratches his head. "I thought babies sleep a lot." Mandy glares. "Yeah, in movies." Cece cries louder, and Georgie awkwardly takes her. He tries bouncing her, making weird faces, even attempting a goofy dance. For a brief moment, she quiets, then bursts into even louder cries. "Okay, I think she hates me," Georgie says. Struggles of parenthood. The scene transitions to breakfast, or what passes for it. Mandy is exhausted, sipping cold coffee, while Georgie burns toast. "You ever think we rushed into this?" Mandy asks. Georgie pauses. "You mean the baby?" Mandy sighs. "No, genius. Everything." There's tension in the air. Their relationship has always been unconventional, and now reality is catching up fast. Before Georgie can respond, there's a knock on the door. Unexpected visit. Standing outside is Mandy's mom, Audrey, holding a bag of groceries and a judgmental expression. "I figured you two would need help," she says as she walks in uninvited. Georgie mutters under his breath. "Or supervision." Audrey immediately starts inspecting everything. Dust on shelves, unwashed dishes, unfolded laundry. "This place is a disaster," she declares. Mandy rolls her eyes. "Nice to see you too, Mom." Audrey takes over the baby like a pro, calming Cece within seconds. Georgie looks impressed. "Okay, I take back everything I said about you." Audrey smirks. "Smart boy." Laundry and life lessons. Later, Georgie is at the laundromat, struggling to separate whites from colors. An older man watches him and chuckles. "First time." Georgie shrugs. "Is it that obvious?" The man nods. "Marriage?" Georgie hesitates. "Something like that." The man smiles knowingly. "Kid." Georgie nods. "Then listen carefully." The man says, "It ain't about doing things right. It's about showing up." That line sticks with Georgie. Mandy's breaking point. Back at the apartment, Mandy and Audrey argue. "You can't keep living like this." Audrey says, "You had potential." Mandy snaps. "I still do." Audrey softens slightly. "Then act like it." Mandy looks around the apartment. The mess, the chaos, the crying baby. And for a moment, doubt creeps in. "Maybe I made a mistake," she whispers. Georgie steps up. Georgie returns home, carrying neatly folded laundry. He notices Mandy sitting quietly, clearly upset. "What happened?" he asks. Mandy shakes her head. "Nothing." Georgie sits beside her. "You can tell me." She finally opens up. "I don't feel like myself anymore." Georgie takes a deep breath, remembering the man's words. "I don't know what I'm doing," he admits. "But I'm here. I'm not going anywhere." Mandy looks at him, surprised. "You really mean that?" Georgie nods. "Even if I burn every piece of toast for the rest of my life." Mandy laughs softly. A quiet moment. That night, the apartment is finally calm. Cece is asleep. Georgie and Mandy sit together, sharing a rare, peaceful moment. "You think we'll figure this out?" Mandy asks. Georgie smiles. "Eventually." There's a pause. "Probably after we mess up a bunch more first." Mandy leans her head on his shoulder. "I can live with that." A new day, new pressure. The morning starts off unusually calm. Georgie is already awake, sitting at the tiny kitchen table, staring at a notebook. He's trying to calculate their expenses. Rent, diapers, baby food, electricity. The numbers don't look good. Mandy walks in, holding Cece. "You're up early," she says. Georgie quickly closes a notebook. "Yeah, just thinking." Mandy notices his expression. That never ends well. Georgie forces a smile. "We're fine." But Mandy knows better. Money problems surface. Later that day, Georgie heads to work at the tire shop. His boss is already waiting. You've been distracted lately, his boss says. Georgie nods. Got a lot going on. His boss crosses his arms. We all do, but if you want more hours, you gotta prove you can handle it. That catches Georgie's attention. More hours, he asks. Yeah, the boss says, but it means staying late, every day. Georgie hesitates. More work means more money, but less time at home. I'll do it, he says. Mandy alone, back at the apartment. Mandy is struggling again. CC won't stop crying, and Audrey has already left. Mandy tries everything. Feeding, rocking, singing, but nothing works. I don't know what you want, she cries out, overwhelmed. She sits down, tears forming in her eyes. For a moment, the room feels too quiet, too heavy. A call for help. Mandy picks up the phone and calls her friend. I think I'm losing it, she admits. Her friend laughs gently. You're not losing it. You're just a mom now. Mandy sighs. I don't even recognize myself. Her friend replies, That's because you're becoming someone new. Those words hit differently. Georgie's struggle. At work, Georgie is pushing himself harder than ever. He's fixing tires faster, lifting heavier loads, doing everything he can to impress his boss. But exhaustion catches up. He makes a small mistake, misplacing a tool, and gets yelled at. Focus, his boss snaps. Georgie clenches his jaw. I am focusing. But inside, he's overwhelmed, distance growing. That night, Georgie comes home late. Mandy is sitting on the couch, half asleep, holding CC. You're late, she says quietly. Work, Georgie replies. That's all you say now. Georgie sighs. I'm doing this for us. Mandy looks at him. But you're not here with us. Silence fills the room. The argument, the tension finally explodes. I'm trying, Georgie says, and I'm drowning. Mandy fires back. You think I'm not? Georgie replies, At least you get to leave. Mandy shouts. That line hits hard. Georgie goes quiet. I don't get a break, Mandy continues. Not for 1 second. Georgie softens. You think I don't feel guilty about that? Mandy looks away. A moment of truth. They sit in silence, both exhausted, not just physically, but emotionally. Georgie finally speaks. I'm scared, he admits. Mandy looks at him, surprised. I don't know how to be a dad, he continues, but I don't want to mess this up. Mandy's expression softens. I'm scared too, she says. Learning together. CC starts crying again. This time, instead of panicking, they both move together. Georgie gently rocks her, while Mandy prepares a bottle. They work as a team. And slowly, CC calms down. They both smile. A small win, but it feels huge. A new understanding. The next day, Georgie makes a decision. At work, he approaches his boss. I'll take the extra hours, he says, but not every day. His boss raises an eyebrow. You sure? Georgie nods. I got a family. I need to be there too. His boss studies him, then nods. Fair enough. Balance begins. Back home, Georgie arrives earlier than usual. Mandy looks surprised. You're home? Yeah, Georgie says. Figure I should be. Mandy smiles faintly. Dinner together. For the first time in a while, they sit down and eat together. It's not a fancy meal, just simple food, but it feels meaningful. You know, Mandy says, we might actually survive this. Georgie laughs. High praise. Hope returns. That night, they sit quietly, watching CC sleep. She's kind of amazing, Georgie says. Mandy smiles. She gets that from me. Georgie grins. Definitely not from me. The camera slowly pulls back. The apartment is still small. Life is still messy. Nothing is perfect. But there's laughter now. There's understanding. And most importantly, there's effort. In this extended chapter of Georgie and Mandy, we don't just see struggle, we see growth. Not the kind that happens overnight, but the kind that comes from showing up even when it's hard. Because love isn't about having all the answers. It's about choosing each other again and again